Okay guys, so today I'm going to be doing a loadout video on Call of Duty, and I will just go through quickly what guns I have and then we'll go into the proper specifications. Currently I have upgraded up to 6 guns, the 6th gun being the Kilobolt action. I have not reached the point of leveling up any more than 6 guns. To start off with, I've got the PDW 57. The PDW 57 is having a good camo that I have bought from the store. Its secondary weapon is the J358, which is a 6-round pistol. I'm using the Special Ops 5, which is one of the standard skins that were available. I'm using currently as my skill as the Equalizer. The primary throwable is the Molotov cocktail, and the secondary throwable is a smoke grenade. Second weapon that I have is a shotgun, which is the HS0405, and it's a shotgun that has one bullet, one shot. It is able to deal lots of damage up to instant kill damage, and as the secondary weapon on that, I have the MW11, which is a standard pistol that they have again. I have the Outrider Arctic skin, which I unlocked due to challenges. The skill that I have over here is the War Machine, which is a far range, close range, explosive shooting gun. There's a Trip Mine as my primary throwable, and as my secondary throwable I have the smoke grenade as well in this case. The third gun that I have is the RUS79U, which is the Moonstone camo. The Moonstone camo, or this gun in itself, was purchased on the store using tokens. The secondary gun over here is the SMRS rocket launcher. It deals hefty amounts of damage. This primary weapon is usually for games such as Kill Confirmed or Hardpoint, where it deals lesser amount of damage, but is meant for high accuracy, so that with consistent headshots you are able to kill the person. Again, I have used the Outrider Arctic skin. In this case, the skill is Sparrow, which is a bow, which is an explosive arrow. I genuinely prefer the Molotov cocktail as my primary throwable, because it not only deals landing damage, but then it stays there and causes fire tick damage. So in case you are being chased, you can throw it on the ground and run, and the person who is chasing you will get burned by it. A direct impact on a player causes instant death. Basically, since it has a large AoE attack, so it has an area in which it causes damage. It's really helpful because you can get multiple kills together, and if people are camping certain places, it definitely deals a lot of damage. The fourth gun is the Locust. The Locust is a 2-shot kill sniper, 2 shots to the body, 1 shot to the head. And in close range it's really good because its bullet spread in ADS is not very bad. The secondary weapon is the MW11. Also, another thing about the Locust weapon, I've tried using no scope on it, but the tactical scopes work out much better than the scope that it comes with. Again, I've used the Outrider Arctic skin. The operator skill over here is the Death Machine, which is an extremely accurate machine gun. You also get this machine gun in several game modes. I've got the Trip Mine and the smoke grenade. In the previous one, the RUS79U1, I have used a stun grenade in this one because, as I said, this does not deal a lot of damage, and it's best if there is low visibility for the person who is there. So it makes it much more efficient to kill them if they are not able to see you. You can deal some extra damage while they are blinded. Okay, so the fifth gun that I have is the Type 25. The Type 25 is an absolute shredding machine as long as you have 38 bullets inside it. So you need to have that upgrade in order for it to be of any worth. I've kept a knife for this because this is an extremely good loadout for knife kills. I genuinely enjoy knife kills, especially when I start to rage, and I believe me, I rage a lot during these games. So I just run around with a knife stabbing people, and it just works out well with this gun in hand. Also, this gun has a good removal speed, so switching between the knife to the Type 25 is really easy, it's really quick, and it genuinely does not cause a problem when I'm trying to get knife kill cams or something like that. Again, Molotov cocktail, and this is a special bomb that I just equipped recently. It is a cryo bomb. Its duration is high. It acts as a freezing air which slows the enemies. It's really good in general because it allows me to have better aim on them, and it physically slows them down enough for me to attack them. As the operator skill, have the purifier. This is a flamethrower. It lasts a decent amount and it causes the same kind of damage as the Molotov cocktail, where if you're close enough or even if you've hit the player once, it will end up killing the player. So that's a very good reason to have it. The next gun is a kilobolt action, which is a marksman gun. So while it does have a scope, it's best used if you don't have a scope. I personally like scope. Many people don't. I have the knife with it to keep in continuation with the theme of old style. I have the simple skin on it. Then I have the special ops one, which is the primary skin on it. The equalizer, because you need to have some kind of rapid fire in case you get in that situation where you haven't died. The primary explosive one that I have is a sticky bomb. It's extremely good when there are multiple targets trying to crowd into one area. You throw it on one of them, it deals damage to all of them. The smoke grenade is there with it. And lastly is the 7th gun, which I am currently in the process of upgrading, which is the Outlaw. It's got extremely good damage. It's not good up close and center. So I'm currently in the works on trying to make it a good gun. Otherwise, I have all the sets that are there, which are decent guns, which I've not upgraded yet. Now I'll go into specific ones, specific guns. Okay, so here I have the PDW57. This is my initially used gun. I use this the most. It's completely maxed out, so it has all available upgrades on it. Speaking of which, the only thing that I genuinely don't like about this entire setup of gunsmithing is that I cannot add one thing of each kind to it. But then again, that was also the case before the gunsmith update. But at least you would be able to level up the damage. You can't do that anymore. There are serious debuffs to the mobility on this gun, but the accuracy, the range and the controls are so good, the fire rate is so good that it makes it completely worth it. On the barrel, currently I have the MIP extended light barrel, which increases ADS bullet spread accuracy. So whenever you're sliding or jumping off things and you want to shoot, or even if you're not aiming like through the sights and you just want to shoot, it's really good accuracy. Its damage range is increased because of it, but the ADS speed is decreased. So while I'm sliding or while I'm jumping off, the time for me to aim increases substantially. The other one was good. The other one is better because it reduces lateral as in sideways movement. It reduces that problem, but the problem with this add-on is that the movement speed debuff is too much for the gun, and it no longer adds a good feel to playing with it. Optics, I don't know what to share about optics. As long as you don't go into the 3x section, you should not have a problem with debuffs that are there on it. All of them gives some kind of advantage, which is precision sight. As you go ahead, you unlock better reticules. So I'll show you what a reticule looks like, but those help you get better accuracy. I'm just sharing this in general for all of the guns right now itself, so I won't repeat this when other guns come up. Yeah, so then there is the 3x scope, the 3x tactical scopes, which in general give the ADS speed, because the time it takes to pick up the gun and look into the sight increases. So you just get that much amount of disadvantage, but that's about it. It reduces the mobility in general. The next thing I have is the stock, which is the basic stock again, the MIP strike stock. It has got 3 benefits and 1 disadvantage. So as you can see, I genuinely prefer accuracy rather than just shoot 'em up style movement speed. The other ones didn't have as many benefits as it should have had, and it causes a serious dip to accuracy. While I know this is a SMG, I treat it like it's a assault rifle, because in this game you want to focus on the SMGs as much as possible. Then there is the underbarrel. Again, I have kept it to Ranger foregrip because everything else genuinely causes no important buffs to the gun. All of them can be easily got through the first equipable underbarrel grip. The perk that I've got is wild hip fire. So while I'm jumping, while I'm sliding, if I'm aiming and shooting, it's very easy for me to do that. I'll just go through all of the perks that are there, so I don't repeat them for everyone. There's wild hip fire. Then there is FMJ, which is bullet penetration. Sleight of hand, which increases reload speed. Wounding, so if you hit the person, it inflicts a wound on them, so they lose health. Very minimal health loss, but anything's good, right? Then there's full ammo, so you start off with completely full ammo. Every time you die or reload, you get your full ammo is released. Then there is disable, so if you shoot a person, their movement speed decreases. Double kill is it gives a chance of bullet recovery. So if you shoot 2 people with 1 bullet, or if you shoot 2 people in a short amount of time, it reloads the bullet that you lost due to killing those 2 people. And fast reload kill is if you kill, there's a chance of reloading your gun faster. I have personally preferred wild hip fire because again it's an SMG cum assault rifle and you need that. Okay, so those are all of the additions that are possible in it. I'll just show you quickly. I have upgraded my secondary gun in this case. I've not upgraded it anywhere else. I have the ammunition as 8 rounds. This causes high amounts of damage, that's why it's very good, although it has 8 rounds. There is a classic red dot sight, so in case I am over with my SMG bullets, I am able to use this gun to continue the streak. Then there is a custom light barrel, which gives me damage range, which is very important for this gun, especially since it does not have a lot of range. And then the last one is disable, which gives crippling power. As I said, it slows it down enough for me to shoot enough. Okay, the next gun is the shotgun. The shotgun, as I shared, is a single shotgun. All of the attachments are the same. I'll just go over them. I've got the RTC extended light barrel in this case, which is special for the shotgun. Increases damage range. The buffs are usually the same. So I've got this gun. If you shoot the person, it's guaranteed to kill them. But the accuracy is not good, so you do not get the most of this gun. The next one is the Moonstone. The Moonstone has cool graphics on it, which is the reason why I have this gun attached at all. It again is an SMG. It's got underbarrel laser. So the laser, the only problem with lasers is that it causes a marker, but it increases accuracy enough that the marker is not a problem. The attachments that I have, the 3x scope has decreased the mobility, but then again, as I said, this is a spray fire gun. So as soon as I slowed him down with the cryo bomb, and I further slow them down with the shooting, then I am able to kill them off very easily. The next gun is the Locust. The Locust has no special upgrade, so I'm not going to talk much about it. It's the standard one with the 3x tactical scope on it and the perks on it. It's got better accuracy. The upgrades allow better accuracy. Type 25 is fully decked out. It's got all of the best attachments on it. However, they may benefit or disadvantage the gun. They're fully decked out. It's perfect. Okay, so that's the basic general idea of what all is there in a loadout. You can pause anytime, go back in the video, pause anytime, look at all the things that are there. I've been recording for the last 21 minutes, so I think I have a good video here for you guys. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe.